All right, black, red Aristocrats. So I always like to start off by explaining what Aristocrats means for the newer Magic players in the house. Aristocrats, as it refers to Magic the Gathering, refers to decks that are looking to generate value by sacrificing their own things. So in this standard format, the primary card that's kind of the cornerstone in an Aristocrat strategy is this Priest of the Forgotten Gods here. That's to sacrifice 2 other creatures you control. Any number of target players lose 2 life, sacrifice a creature, then you get 2 mana and draw a card. So I played this deck a little bit last season. This is actually the archetype that I ended up playing in the Mythic Championship Qualifier and Arena. I think I went 4-2 in that. It also got me to top 1,000 of the ranked ladder. We've got a couple of nice new tools this season. The first, we've got Chandra, Acolyte of Flame here, which conveniently comes down on turn 3 and makes 2 bodies every single turn that you can feed right into your Priest Meat Grinder. We're also got some Mask of Immolation here, which makes a 1/1 red elemental when it comes into play. And then the equipped creature gets sacrifice this creature, deal 1 damage to something. This is also very good with things like Footlight Fiend. The room gets tied together by Mayhem Devil here, which says whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, this deals 1 damage to any target. Notably, the Chandra elementals sacrifice at your end step. So with Mayhem Devil, your Chandra elementals, if they live through the turn and sacrifice at the end step, you're going to get to deal a damage to things. So let's head on into some matches here and see how this goes. Oh, one other thing. So because I've got 3 Chandras in the main deck, I never really figured out how exactly I wanted this deck to be able to keep up against control decks in the format. So something I'm trying today that I hadn't tried previously is in addition to these 3 Chandras here, I've got 7 Planeswalkers in the board and 2 Tibalts, 2 Chandras, and 3 Sarkhans. So I think maybe pivoting into a more Planeswalker mid-range deck could be ideal against the control decks with this. It might be bad, but it's something I would like to give a try to. Sure. Hand's pretty reasonable. Opponent mulled to 6. Real decks have curves, chat. Real decks have curves. Knights was a dumpster fire. We'll attack before doing anything, because if they think we're mono red, they might burn a removal spell on this Firebrand to prevent us from lighting up the stage. And I'd much rather Firebrand die than Priest. They unfortunately did not take the bait and save the removal spell for Priest. Any decks you can recommend now for standard? If you head on over to my website, magicesports.net, you can always find a variety of decks that I like each year that we stream on my videos favorite page. And then this weekend, I'll flesh out the standard decks page some more. So there were 3 favorites that I marked yesterday that seem sweet and powerful. Dear opponent, please don't Ritual of Soot me. Rakdos Flamewheeler, rude. Rix Maadi, you say?
Anyone need a match? No. Too bad. Say hi to my fiery friends.
Probably want to leave those back. Probably looks to be playing some kind of red-black mid-range deck. Probably mean Priest is going to be pretty bad here. Priest tends to be ideal in matchups where they're kind of light on removal. There's a likely to be a matchup where we pivot into that sideboard Planeswalker plan that I talked about a second ago. Yeah, I pick out my favorite videos each day, Magoom. So if you want to know my recommended decks from the decks we've played so far, you click videos favorite, and there's deck lists in those video descriptions. We played with Scape Shift yesterday, and it wasn't a very good build, so I don't currently have a build of Scape Shift that I like. We're going to be playing a configuration up next that's hopefully okay, but I won't know until we played with it. That's a good draw.
Go get 'em, buddies.
So I get to do this, and then this deals 2 damage here, and then this will sacrifice at end of turn, which Mayhem Devil will use to kill the egg. So this dies, which triggers Mayhem Devil. Not bad, not bad. Would not be surprised if they have a removal spell here. I think I want to keep Chandra alive. They're playing Bontu. Interesting. See, 2 or 3 lands here go away probably. Yep. Interesting.
Go get 'em, buddies.
And this is, again, just kind of like a good example of why, you know, playing random matches like this, while it's plenty fun, it's not really what I would consider good testing. Because, like, if this deck is good, I probably don't care about how good or bad it is in a black-red mirror match. Because, like, how often am I going to play a black-red mirror match? And then the question is, do I want to play this and discard this, or do I want to try and get a draw? I think I want to try and get a draw 3 with this next turn. Yeah, it's kind of Mortipod. It's like red Mortipod.
I'm burnt out.
Instead of me telling you you're wrong, Dirty Digits, can you tell me why you're right? Can you explain why you feel this deck, why you feel that card isn't the appropriate power level?
It's better than having a plan. Hey, these little guys are great.
If a deck is good, does it increase the likelihood of getting mirror matches? I mean, it does, but I got bad news for you. If a fringe deck like this is playable, it's not going to be good and you're playing mirror matches every single round. Good. Sure, but so I have a feeling. So I'm asking you to validate your feeling or describe why you feel that way. And if you can't logically describe why you feel that way, you probably don't have a logical basis for your conclusion, right? So take your feelings and put them aside and try and like have a conversation about what you're thinking of. If we hit a Bontu, we might actually be okay here. Yeah. Or we could draw another land. Yeah, that seems good. This is definitely a matchup where Lava Coil is excellent. I feel like every time I don't register for a Lava Coil, I have this big sinking regret that I chose to register less than 4 Lava Coil, so I should probably stop registering less than 4 Lava Coil. I want to trim here. They don't really seem to have many things that Fanatical Firebrand kills, so maybe I just trim that. Do I want some of this top end? Maybe I want to split my Chandras 2/2. Immolation Mask doesn't have a ton of things it kills either. I'll trim one of those. Let's give this a go. It's a pretty good curve. 1, 2, 3. Bum bum ba da dum bum bum ba dum bum. Little piece of top end here. Small, if you didn't see this deck played last season, one small little sweet synergy is that Mayhem Devil counts when any permanent is sacrificed, so it counts your opponent sacrificing things as well. Past that, God-Eternal Bontu sacrifices anything. So if you have Mayhem Devil in play and you play Bontu, you can basically turn all of your lands into deal 1 damages and draw a card. I think in anything remotely aggressive, you'd rather have, I think in anything remotely aggressive, you'd rather have, Lava Coil, because the mana efficiency is very important. There aren't really any critical 5 toughness things you really need to be removing. The Long Shot, thank you for the 2-month reset. Welcome back, I appreciate that. Our curve is very good this game.
They're so cute.
Oh, they're very dead. They're taking 3 here. They're taking 2 when these sacrifice at end of turn. And then we have Bontu as a follow-up here too. But it just didn't do anything this game when we ran them down. And this is, so these are kind of show the 2 sides of like, the upsides and downsides of like playing these different configurations. Like, my opponent's deck is much more mid-rangey than we are, which means as the game goes long, they're more likely to be favored. But because they're more mid-rangey, it also means that like, my deck's just going to be able to get under them like that a non-zero amount of the time. Alright, they're playing like Ravenous Chupacabra too. I feel like I'm supposed to just fully pull up here with these Sarkhans. I'm gonna cut these Judiths. They just die a lot of the time. Let's give that a go. If we sack Orzhov Enforcer with Mask of Immolation to deal 1 target, does that target just die because of Death Touch? Yeah, if the mask says the creature deals damage, then yes. This creature, equipped creature has, yes, this works with Death Touch. So, I know I mentioned I might want to trim the priest, but like, the priest is something they have to kill. And if they don't kill it, it probably wins the game on the spot. So, it's a lightning rod. I don't know, what do you think is in my sideboard that's better than priest? When I looked at my sideboard, I came to the conclusion that I like it better than the other things that are there. Like, I don't think like Tibalt or Judith are better than this priest. Sure. So, if I activate the priest, they'll actually be able to kill my priest because this says when any player sacrifices a permanent. So activating this triggers their Mayhem Devil. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Okay. Are y'all ready for some fireworks? Are y'all ready for some fireworks? So the entire board's about to die. So, I get 3 deal 1s, they get 2 deal 1s. So I'm gonna kill this, and then my priest trigger will kill this. So I'm gonna take 3, they're gonna take 2, I'm gonna draw a card. I think I came out ahead on this exchange, right? Like, I traded 3 cards for 3 cards, but one of mine drew a card, so I'm technically ahead there, right? Yeah? You played a Yarok deck. Yeah, I don't know what that card is, so I'm gonna go with probably not. That was quite an appropriate exchange for the 4th of July. We drew another Dreadhorde Butcher. That's good. The Chupacabra trigger was killing the priest. Someone was asking about Mask of Immolation earlier. One of the things that's neat about Mask of Immolation in this deck too is that Mask of Immolation is 2 permanents for God-Eternal Bontu, which is really nice. Legion Warboss, sure. Would not be surprised to see them trade off for one of these. Yeah, I have a full art mask. Killer Goblin. Wouldn't be super surprised to see this die. They kind of paused like they might have had a thing there. Alright, so do I just Bontu? Probably not. There might be merit to sliding the mask onto the Gutterbones here. That's a pretty good draw. What do I want to do here? I'm gonna send this here and send this here. And then I'm gonna sack this to shoot this. This might be greedy, but let's draw 4. That might be greedy. Yes, yeah, if you have a full art card, make a token, it makes a token. Alright, they've had enough. This is my 5/6. Let's refill my hand. I feel like that was a pretty good showing for Mask, huh? Felt pretty reasonable there. Yeah, 3-mana Chandra is super reasonable. She's not like a high raw power level card individually, but she slots into a lot of different strategies, filling out synergies that they're really looking to have. Hey, Tony Idaho, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a great 4th of July wherever you're at. And Color, thanks for shipping your Prime back this way again. Thanks for keeping me employed here for another month. Oh, it was a draw 5, you're right. I miscounted. There's 1, 2, and 3 lands. London Mulligan is so great. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do. Alright, Diagonal Goblin, let's go. Yeah, a couple people were saying they added a scoreboard and they balanced Shamans a little bit. They made Disruptor a Warlock, which all sounds really sweet. Yeah, Underlords has been a lot of fun. I'm planning to, it's not quite as popular as my Magic content, which is not surprising considering how long I've been doing Magic stuff, but I am planning to make that a part of my regular schedule moving forward starting next week. So when I tweet out my schedule next week, you're gonna see a couple blocks of Underlords built into it. Wow, no blocks there, huh? That's pretty bold. We're gonna see like Island and Transing Melody here. If they don't have a Melody, letting this Butcher get to 3/3 is a real scary proposition. Merper, thank you for the 12 months. Good golly. Good golly, that is, that's a heck of a, that's a kick in the dick. All right, shoot this one, I guess. We have got. That is definitely the case. I don't have Jeskai Tempo on the website because I haven't updated the website in a long time. Missed a point of damage by not attacking first. Maybe. They could have blocked, but I guess I'm happy if they block. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked with both first. And then equipped the mask. I should have attacked with both first and then equipped the mask. Yikes! And Diva, that's all, folks. Hey, Thomas, thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Scale of 1 to dead. We're firmly on the dead side of the scale here, right? And we had such a promising start on the play, too. This is definitely a Tibalt matchup. I am down to just 2 Tibalts in my sideboard, which might be wrong, too. I had to trim something to fit these other Planeswalkers in. Maybe. I'm not sure if Tibalt was the right trim. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, I should probably... Jeskai Tempo is probably worth throwing up on the site. It's been a while since I've added a modern deck, though. I was just, like, wasn't doing that much work outside of streaming the last couple of weeks, so... This weekend I'm going to be putting up a bunch of standard decks, so I could probably do that then. Would love to play first. Oh, Magic the Gathering. How you tease me. Yikes. Alright, let's draw a couple of lands. And by a couple, I mean 3. These 3 spells might be good enough to carry us through a game. If we draw lands for the next 3 turns, we have a real shot here. If we brick off, we'll move on to the next one. Okie doke. Wow, they have Veto in against me? Seriously? Aether Gust? Don't want to draw that one next turn. To the bottom with you. That's a good one. You should that, JJ. Let's fix that for you. Boo. No one loves you, Teferi. This is that miserable standard format I know and hate. I guess I'm doing this and just passing. And then next turn we'll give them multiple things they want to bounce.
That's more like it.
And I concede to Frilled Mystic here.
My assistants are painfully sloppy.
Yep, that's a card.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
The card's real sweet. We played this earlier in Green White Bow and it was quite excellent. We should have just kept playing mono white aggro. That's what we should have done.
My friend is here to help you.
I think I might as well do this because if I don't, they're gonna Teferi bounce this and then they get to draw a card. Yeah, of course it's fake. It's only the 4th. There's fake ones of these posted every year. Every season. No, we're not fully in garbage time. If I draw a land and stick a Bontu, we might actually play Magic. I don't think we're just dead by any means. Up, down, do 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 do. It is. That one's so over the top, it's like, yeah, we know that one's not real. Yep. I'm on the draw. I'm gonna bottom a land on the draw. Got plenty of 2-mana plays. I'd love to hit one of our 10 1-drops on one here. 5-drop. That's a lot like one of our 10 1-drops. I was pretty underwhelmed by Heartfire last time I played this deck. I could see 4 masks being too many. I definitely would agree with this. Something you probably don't want more than 1 per game, which means 3 is probably the ceiling on it. Yeah, the London Mulligan feels good for the reason that I've often talked about what makes games good, and that's it gives you player agency inside of games where you wouldn't otherwise have meaningful decisions. Even when you're mulliganing to Oblivion, the London Mulligan always makes it so you felt like you had some amount of meaningful choices in the game that you played. It wasn't just I took a couple mulligans that were bad, I couldn't do anything, and I died. You're gonna get to walk away from a match and like think about like, oh, I could have like pushed these cards differently, etc., etc. Which, in my opinion, makes it super, super great. Yep. No blocks. It's really good for the price, Bob. Especially considering like I've heard some people complain about the price, but like a bowl from Chipotle is 2 meals. So I could do this. I think I'm gonna do that and shoot this Paradise Druid. I mean, the mask technically makes things better than Diagonal Goblin because they don't have the tap on them. Their hand must just be a bunch of garbage, huh? Are they dead? If I sacrifice these, they take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're actually... No, I'm 1 mana short. I can't cast the Bontu, right? I can't cast the Bontu? I can't cast the Bontu. No, this costs 5, chat. 2 and 2 is 4. Yeah, I played a land. I'm pretty sure I played a land. Just use the chat math. Yep. Sure. And I'm pretty confident they're dead this next turn, though. Each of these, so this is 8. This is 8, right? Because this is 6, and then Priest does 2. Are they actually just... Oh, and they take 1 from the Mayhem Devil. They take 1 from the Mayhem Devil, too. They're just dead to the Mask, right? I don't even think I show them Bontu. Because this does 3, this does 2, this does 1. No, actually, this does 3, this does 3, this does 1. Yeah, they're just dead to the Mask. Black White Knights was kind of a dumpster fire. The Blue White Skies deck is in the deck queue already in. We built it for the deck queue. I think it's got like 19 points. So we could have done more there, but we didn't really need to. I mean, I don't even know that Mask was super necessary there. It was nice to have. I'm gonna actually trim them in this matchup, I think. I definitely want these Lava Coils. There's a lot of little things to count with this deck for sure. And I think 4 masks, I think the person who said 4 masks is too many, I think that person's correct. I think 2 to 3 is probably the sweet spot. When I'm testing new cards, usually I like to err on the side of playing more of them, just so I get the opportunity to draw them. I've liked Tibalt in the main deck of this deck in the past, so I could see cutting down to 2 masks and going back up to 2 Tibalts in the main. It gives you outs to like main deck Lyra and stuff like that, which is really nice. Makes it easier to get 3 Tibalts into the 75. Like if I put 2 Tibalts in the main, I can cut a second Tibalt from the board and put the 4th Lava Coil in, which would be nice. Like Mask, it's kind of a clunky card. This just really doesn't do anything. Yeah, this is good. I like that Mask gives us a little bit of interaction in the main deck without being a dedicated interactive card. It's kind of like Diagonal Goblins. Like, if there's like Diagonal Goblin like 5/6, that seems reasonable. It also synergizes pretty well with the Footlight Fiend. Rix Maadi's a card that just like kind of smooths things out for you. Growth Chamber Guardian. Growth Chamber Guardian. Rude. Hey, Jedolf, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think there's a good chance they're holding a removal spell up here, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the mask out rather than play this out and just getting it killed. Yeah, Rix Maadi helps you stumble a little bit less, flood a little bit less, and in the mid game when you're in top deck mode, it's just like draw 3, which is really nice. I would not be surprised if they untap and this eats it. It's possible I'm supposed to play Mayhem Devil out instead. It's more mana efficient, and I think I'd rather this die than this die. Welcome to a live one, a big toe. Yeah, I think I played the wrong card there. With along curving into Mayhem Devil, this card's sweet too. This now sacrifices to deal 2, which is great. I was gonna go ahead and Lava Coil this, I think. Get my hand a little bit empty to set the Rix Maadi off and draw 3. I think if we draw a land next turn, we can like shock their thing and like Rix Maadi draw some cards. I mean, their hand's probably just like 3 and 4 mana cards, right? They're not hitting land drops. Hey, Kenneth Rio, thank you for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. You can send that to every month. Thanks for sending it this way this month. So again, just shocking this aggressively so I can spectacle this and pick up 3 here. Want to try and push our advantage too while they're stumbling. The scary part about them missing land drops here is they have 6 spells in their hand right now. So if they unlock like their next 2 lands, we're gonna have a bad time. Cast Bedlam Reveler. Not quite, but you know, it's like Bedlam Reveler adjacent. If they don't have a shock here, this game's probably over. Yeah, Butcher's one of the cards that really makes this archetype tick, for sure. Alright. So Mask was, like, fine there. I think I'm gonna work the Tibalt back into the main deck here. I think that's something I'm interested in doing. So if I put 2 of these in the main and gives me my 4th Lava Coil on the board. So this gets me up to 3 Tibalts to the 75 with a couple in the main. My curve is now 10, 12. This is also 12 and then 3. That seems fine. Again, not certain that my Sarkhan plan out of the sideboard is good, but more Planeswalkers makes that better, so hopefully we'll find like an Esper or a Grixis to test the Planeswalker plan against. Update the Stream Decker with those changes. Yep, sign me up. I would like to get rid of the 5-drop. Dunk. Hey, look at that. Hopefully we'll get to test the Planeswalker play in this game. Dunk, dunk. Sure. Am I crazy? Or is the coloring on these gold cards slightly different with this patch? I haven't mentioned it, but I feel like it's slightly different. You are crazy, but it might be different. That's a fair take. Red source. Perfect. It's like not a big deal. It's just like it is different. Chandra gives us a little bit of pressure that survives Ritualism as well, which is nice. They said they toned down the brightness of them. That makes sense. You know, I don't think it's bad by any means. It's just different than what it was previously. How contemptful are we? It's a little bit awkward the way this deck is constructed that her down tick doesn't do anything. Maybe optimizing her down tick a little bit could be a reason to play Heartfire again. Heartfire has been like kind of middling in some situations for me, but it did steal games. Hey, Kulu, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Dawn of Dreams. Fixed dig through time. Top 7, put 2 in your hand and the rest in the bottom. So good chance for getting swept next turn, right? What do you think of Chandra versus War Boss? I'm not really a big fan of War Boss in this format. I'm gonna play this land out. While it's kind of nice to hold it to bluff, they could have 4-mana Nicol Bolas, and they could also have, or if we draw Bontu, I want to be able to sacrifice land and then draw more. You know, I think the Devil's a little bit too controlling for what this deck is interested in doing. Alright, so against their deck probably has Cry in it post-board. I like to cut Judith against Cry because she just gets swept away in it. Same thing with Footlight Fiend. Footlight Fiend's deal 1 damage trigger isn't super meaningful in a matchup like this. Duress is reasonable. And what's my last cut here? Probably Mask. Probably Mask. It also just, I guess this lets me sacrifice things in the face of Cry. I don't know that I really want to cut more creatures though. Maybe I trim a God-Eternal Bontu if I'm pulling my curve up this much. This doesn't look unreasonable on the surface though. Got 11 Planeswalkers post board. Chandra does get to flash back Duress post board, which is sweet. I feel like Chandra's Triumph's much worse than Heartfire. Like, my deck's pretty aggressive. I want whatever spell. If I'm playing a burn-based removal spell, I want it to kill my opponent. I think Theater of Horrors is... So, something that I frequently hear from newer players is they talk about their aggro deck running out of gas and then they just lose. This isn't a card advantage deck. If you want a deck where your hand is always full, there's a lot of great choices for those in Standard, but this is not one of them. The card advantage this deck is looking to generate is the kind of card advantage that's killing your opponent while they still have cards in their hand. Wow, they left an Angrath Rampage against us. I guess this kills our Planeswalkers. I guess this kills our Planeswalkers. The biggest problem with Midnight Reaper in my experience playing this deck is that Midnight Reaper is the style of effect you want against decks playing Cry, and Midnight Reaper is awful against the card Cry. While sometimes you're gonna have games like this where you obviously get to, you know, I'm actually gonna play this, because I think I'd rather have this get Rampage this turn than this die. Like this could potentially last and take over the game. This one. So I'm not sure, I was talking, if you were here earlier, about how I'm not sure if the Planeswalker plan is good, but basically, one of the ways I think we can beat Cry of the Canarium with some consistency is to just pull up around it. Alright, well now I'm gonna Dreadhorde and smack them. You got him. And they might just be holding this Rampage for a Planeswalker. And again, like, people are suggesting other cards other than, like, Sarkhan and stuff. These cards like Sarkhan are good because Cry of the Canarium is such a beating for us to play against. And things like Sarkhan dodge Cry. And the matchups where Midnight Reaper accidentally kills you aren't matchups where it usually should be in your deck, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna throw 3 lands away here. It's definitely greedy, but... No, it feels extra good when I draw 2 lands. Drawing Duress here would be funny. Alright, down to 5. Your move, Yugi boy. It might even be wrong to do this here, because if they draw a 2-mana removal spell, they could 2-mana removal this, and then Edict this. Or like if they have like Bedevil here. Yeah, maybe it might have been that killing this was wrong there. Yeah, something like this happens. Hey, Meta Magic Missile, thanks for the 7 months. Hope your new job is going well. Yeah, let's tuck that in. I think that's fine. Perfect. Priest. And then remember, the draw card on Rix Maadi is not contingent on having discarded a card. Just like we drew it up, chat. Just like we drew it up. Ho-ho! Let's just draw 2 this time. Pretty good, pretty good. Beat Double Cry. Not bad, JPG. Alright, I'm gonna restart the client really quick, just to alleviate of any possible memory leaks. I'm not gonna do a full shill, but I will say thank you to folks like Koraluski. Thanks for keeping me around, I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're having a fantastic 4th River. Yeah, welcome to everybody. Hope everybody out there is having a great holiday if you're in the US, and a great Thursday if you're anywhere else in the world. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic and other strategy games 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that follow button. Also, plug a couple of my sponsors. These people are great. Buy their stuff. These people also great. Buy or listen to their stuff. Let's head back on into the breach here with some Black Red Aristocrats. Shall I remember, if you're hungry for more of my content after I'm done today, I'm going to be going for another, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours today. You can check out my website and my YouTube channel, magicesports.net, or youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. If we high roll 3 more matches in a row here, we can find our way into Mythic, which would be sweet. If I had a land in hand, I'd probably go down to 2. Yeah, seems good. We'll pitch the God-Eternal Bontu again. Getting to always throw back my 5-drop feels real good. Audio is messed up, got an echo. I feel like that's... Is anybody else hearing an echo? Do you have two browser tabs open maybe? The audio... My audio hasn't changed since I started today, so I feel like if there was an echo, someone would have mentioned it already. Yeah. Check in, see if you accidentally got me open in two tabs. Sometimes that's usually the case when someone says that. Ooh. Hello, Mason. Thank you for the 11 months of Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yes, my website, the main page of my website has my stream embedded on it. So if you just loaded my website, you're gonna get an echo from there. Yeah, Gruul Dinos with Raptor plus with the Raptor pair has been pretty popular today. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play Priest here. I think I'm gonna play Priest. If they don't have a removal spell here, we're gonna dumpster them next turn. However, if they do have like a Domri, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. This card draws a card every time it takes damage, so like my damage-based removal is real bad against it. If we get to untap with all of our creatures, we're gonna have a great time. So we're hoping they just like slam some more big dumb dinos into play. Well, to be fair, there's probably not that many people who are Mythic ranked at the moment. All right, so we do that. So I can Priest. The Priest does each of these deal 2 when they die. And this deals an extra 4, so this is 8, 10. I could put them to 6. I could also shoot this and then force them to sacrifice a Ripjaw and then drop the Priest into play. That's probably what I want to do. Yeah, I'm aware that my room is not a perfectly acoustically sound. It is a bedroom in my basement. I have some small audio deadening panels to help a little bit, but it is definitely not perfectly acoustically sound. So this cleans that out a little bit. Oh, right, and I get to deal an extra one here with that. Sounds excellent. There's also a very slight hum from my air conditioner running because it's currently 100 degrees in central Illinois. I think I want to draw a land. Does that do what I want it to do? So if I do this, I can Mask plus Priest. Yeah, I think they're dead, right? I do this and this. And then I sacrifice these 2, which does 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I use the other Priest to sacrifice Priest plus this, which does 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're exactly dead here. Yeah, double Priest activation is 4 damage per. Oh, it's 5. It's 5 because they sacrifice. I always forget that Mayhem Devil triggers when they sack the thing too. Oh yeah, the floating mana lets us equip the mask too. Good call. I love this deck. Killing people with this deck is always a fun puzzle. Yeah, Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil's always the card that people that haven't played this deck a lot ask if they can cut it. I'm just like, no, you need to, if you think Mayhem Devil's the cut, you need to play more games. Think Mayhem Devil's the cut, you need to play more games. We played Bant Walls to start today, and that one's definitely going back up on the site. I'll probably update Aristocrats on the site with this list. I need to go back. It's hard. We've been live for like 7.5 hours, so all the decks kind of blur. I have to go back at the end and look through all of them. Do I want Lava Coil in this matchup? I'm not sure that I do. I guess it kills... I probably want Shock, right? Like, they have mana creatures to kill. This doesn't kill... This kills the 2/3. It also kills their mana dork on the draw, if they play the 2-drop mana dork. You can also find decks every day from my favorites page. Click videos favorites on magicesports.net. I think this seems good. Maybe I'll trim a Chandra on the draw, have a little bit more interaction. Let's do that. The fact that they're on Ripjaw Raptor makes Lava Coil a little bit worse. Maybe if Ripjaw Raptor is going to be a format staple, that is a reason to play Obnix's Cruelty over some of these Lava Coils, like split them 2/2. Sure, but it doesn't have to have brand new cards to go up on the website. It's still like a sweet off-meta deck. It had temples in the main deck, thank you very much. This is why Diagonal Goblin's so good. It's like an aggressive card that's like also a little bit of interaction when we want it to be. See if they have a Dino here as well. No, Dino is great for us. Let's lead on this, because if they have removal, they might kill this. Yeah, half the format rotates in October. I'm happy that one gets Lava Coiled. Play a Ripjaw. Play a Ripjaw. You know you want to. Play a Ripjaw. Do 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 do. Ripjaw. 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 Pew pew. Same thing. Same thing. 4 cost dumb Dino. That'll do pig. Alright, kill your thing, deal 4 to you. If we hit a land, we could Bontu. Actually, if I hit a land, I can Judith plus Butcher, right? It's not mana efficient to play this, but it's aggro efficient. It's feeling pretty good. I like it. Chandra's a sweet upgrade. As a board state like this exemplifies. Yep. Oh no, did you draw Shock? Smells like Shock. They don't have a Shock here, they're dumpstered.
The best pyromancy student.
Rats.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Gosh, if we draw a red land, we get to drop Judith into play here. Never lucky. JK, we run in plenty hot. This card's been really impressive. Just like very subtly powerful. Like on a raw power level, not huge, but on a this card fills out synergies we're interested in filling out in a variety of decks. She's been very, very good. They must have just been on full control mode. Or maybe they had, no, because if they had Veil of Summer, they would have countered my Priest trigger, right? Weird, yeah, I don't know. All right, Aristocrats. 2 more. Let's run them down and pop on into Mythic nice and early. Let's running them down. Chandra is basically Greasels. Yeah, pretty much. Just a constant stream. This hand's like not amazing, but it's fine. If it draws a 1-drop on 1, it's super good. Yeah, the green-black Rockless yesterday was sweet. I like the kind of aggressive spot we ended up at. What's going on, Rage? I think I feel like we got to a good spot. We started heavy on new cards, and then we kind of pulled it back a little bit and feel like we ended up in an okay position. New Chandra has been as good as anticipated, I feel like. Look at that. It's exactly what we wanted for Christmas, chat. Tasty. Tasty. Do 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 do. Naya Feather, yep. All right, if they have a removal spell for Priest, we're gonna be in a little bit of a bad spot. If they don't, we could be fine. She's dead, Jim. You've killed her. Ooh, do you have things to give your 10th District Legionnaire power-ups? Do I try and kill this? What are the odds one of these 2 things targets it for 1 mana? Feels probable. God, they don't have it, they just lose the game on the spot, right? YOLO. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're supposed to go for it. Like God's willing's gonna be good for them at some point, right? Like, might as well be now. It's not like the Diagonal Goblin is racing them that hard. All right. Hoping for a Bontu. Sure. That sounds so clunky, Danon. Yep. Probably dead. If we draw Bontu still, we could be okay, just as like it's a big beefy boy. Oh, that's a combo. That's a combo. That's hot. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to Feather here soon. So I need to like Draw Bontu, draw into... You know, like, draw Bontu and then draw into other gas. We'll get to play Feather with the London Mulligan too. Which is also sounds nice. I want to do this, drag the curve down a little bit with interaction. Have a hard time defending Chandra, I think. Ooh, that's true. Yep, they could have dealt all the damage to Gutterbones and kept their thing around. I didn't think about that. I didn't have an out to play around that, but... Maybe I want Duress over, like, Gutterbones. Like, poking through their protection doesn't seem unreasonable. Let's try this. Stream Decker appears to be working. Deck Master, the interactive overlay, is busted. How is Pride Mapes? Very good. Mono White Aggro is a very good deck. Yes, it's fine. Yeah, season of growth like covers all the angles. Yeah, Mask has been good. We started with 4 and I trimmed down a little bit because they're kind of clunky in multiples, but as far as like individual card quality goes, definitely reasonable and playable. Gives you 2 things for Bontu, which is nice too. Hope to see you in pink hair again. Thanks for the 7 months, silly cheese. Would this deck want to play temples once they're printed? Yeah, definitely. Fixing and the Scry are both great. Probably 2. I think like 2 temples is usually the sweet spot in these aggro decks. I'm interested to see what they round out our dual lands with in the fall. Huh? I think I'm actually just gonna Lava Coil this one. Rather than sacrifice both my creatures. I definitely want to kill their thing. The question is, how do I want to kill their thing? Y2K. Thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Sure. That is not the creature I wanted to draw there. All right, so I technically should let them scry before... I should have let them scry before... I should have let them scry before I let them know I was killing their thing. I definitely want to just kill Feather here. Hoping to draw a Bontu or some kind of piece of action here. It's not bad. And now their God's Willing does not resolve. Because it doesn't have a target. Alright. They don't have removal, and we can beat them. We can beat another threat if we draw any creature. They have a removal spell. We're going to be kind of a tough spot unless we top deck again. Chirp. Chirp. Two, three, four, five. This puts them to 4 and kills their board. I don't want to hold this land to bluff, because if I draw a Bontu, I want to have my maximum number of lands in play, so I can play out stuff from my hand. Alright. We are ahead, but not by a ton. It's a real shame they killed our thing there, otherwise this would have drawn 3. Still draws 1, though, and they're at 4, so... These little mopey creatures still pretty reasonable here. This last card, something that targets. Yikes. Oh no. I don't like being on this side of the feather, chat. I don't like being on this side. If they hit a Reckless Rage, just gonna bury us in the ground. Is that a game 2? Yeah, it was. I'm planning to do at least one more deck after this today. It'll be Greenscape Shift if we play one more. I think we've died. Yikes, that did not feel good. Let's do. Alright. I'm gonna play the Aristocrats deck until we lose one more. So, if we hit a 3-0 run, we'll let it coast us into Mythic. If we lose one more, we'll be far enough away that we'll just switch to Greenscape Shift and run that out. If we stay above 2,000 viewers, I'll probably do one more after Greenscape Shift. I like to run long while the viewer count is high. But it's hard to predict. A lot of my usual audience ends up tipping out after the after about 4 or 5 o'clock. Well, it's also a holiday in the US, so it's hard to know if predictable what usually happens will still apply. Sell out. I just only work overtime when it makes sense to work overtime. Streaming's kind of a dangerous job if you don't moderate yourself a little bit. It's the kind of job where you're allowed to work 100 hours in a week if you want to. I assume something's dying here. A little hungry, maybe. Just to cast down. Deal. A little Esper action going on here. That's generally not true. The pay generally does scale. The more hours I stream in a week, generally the higher the sub count goes. People tend to subscribe based on people they remember. Yeah, it was really sweet. Main deck Tibalt coming in clutch here. Especially with Twitch Prime. Like your people tend to prime to the people like as soon as their sub is up that they have to be watching a lot of the time. Alright, well, Esper. I think we want to pull up post board, right? That was the idea, is to try and go a little bit bigger here. Probably trim the Judiths. I like all this top end. I don't think Mask is very good. I guess Mask is fine against Teferi. He Footlight Fiend's the other cut. I think Devil's fine. Maybe I don't want as many priests. Maybe I don't want 4 priests. And I want a couple more 1-drops. Like maybe I keep these because they come back. That doesn't seem unreasonable. Opponent doesn't have too many creatures post board usually. Let's try this. I also killed my opponent fast enough that like I don't know exactly which Esper variation they're playing. Like the cards they played could both be in like Esper Hero and Esper Control. Like also be playing some kind of Esper Brew. Hey, Silverna, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, Oka. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the support. I boarded in a bunch of 3, 4, and 5 mana spells, so I'm actually going to keep this hand on the draw. It just, like, guaranteed gets to cast whatever I draw on curve. Opponent's also playing a Thought Erasure deck, and, like, mulliganing aggressively. It's a deck full of, a deck with Thought Erasures is generally not great. Opponent went to 5. That is not part of my draw spells eventually planned, so they went low, but we've kept a hand without a lot of action, so we'll see how this shakes out. The Winding Road. Thank you for the half of your support. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Alright, show me your secrets. That's not strictly true. Like there's the 6 land's not super useful, but there are copies of Bontu in my deck. Like Bontu can convert these lands into other resources. The ghost emote, like visually speaking, turned out really well. I agree.
I got this.
My graphics guy did a good job with it. Speaking of my graphics guy, I should probably start sending him requests for banners for the site. Get some updates in there. Hey, TSP Coke, thanks for the quarter of your support. Welcome back.
I'll protect you.
Sure, but like part of the idea with our sideboard plan is that we don't have to be an all-in aggro deck. We can actually like compete as we get into the mid game.
Here we go.
All right, so they're gonna get probably Teferi, bounce this, shoot the Mayhem Devil this turn. Look, to draw another card that way too. Hey, Winged Yeti, thanks for re-upping. Welcome back. Happy 4th. Yeah, I agree. Small Chandra with Risen Reef is a heck of a drug. I had someone ask me to do 4-color elementals, and I might get greedy and try and fit Mayhem Devil in with Chandra. Like Chandra, Risen Reef, Mayhem Devil, that could be sweet. That might be too much though. We'll see.
Might be a bad idea.
But in generating a lot of card advantage with their Planeswalkers, kind of getting out of that mulligan that they had. Sure. So they must have a creature threat if they're worried about that, right? That was an excellent draw. Do-da, do-da. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Do 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 do. Whip 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 do 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 do. Like, it might be right to hold this in the face of Cry and Kaya's Wrath. However, they're also a Thought Erasure deck, so I kind of like to get this down there. They haven't played any of that card yet either.
This isn't a fight.
Sounds good, Protec.
I've got time.
If they do this and then Kai again cry me, I'm gonna be real sad. I'm gonna attack both of these this way because if they have a moment of craving, they could moment this and then Teferi survives.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
All right, I'm just gonna spew my hand here. Oh, Tibalt would have stopped. Tibalt would have stopped the life gain. Yeah, good call. All right, if they lose at 2, if they win the game while they're at 2, we'll make a it shall be noted.
If you hold that thought,
Just static abilities on everything. All right, well, we have this dead through a single point of removal, so that's nice. All right, am I at a point where we're playing around?
only time.
Am I at a point where we should be playing around a Kaya's Wrath? So I have 7, 8, 9. This puts them on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, I'm just gonna put them on a 2-turn clock. Second Mayhem Devil also makes Bontu lethal next turn, which is sweet. It's really unfortunate that Gutterbones only comes back to your hand on your turn. Because otherwise, you'd be super good in spots like this. Like the Devil triggers would hit them, and then you're like, alright, pick my Gutterbones back up. Lyra's also a tough-ish nut to crack. We do have Tibalt, but she's still hard to attack through. Wow, I wonder if they're not playing Wrath. Conceding from that board state, if you're playing Wrath, seems real loose. All right, 2 away. Can we do it? We're gonna play black red until we lose, then we're gonna pivot to Scape Shift. Hey, Hellboy. Thanks for the 1.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Sure. Firebrand is so good with Mayhem Devil. Hoo-hoo! Build your own lightning bolt, chat. It's been serviceable. It's been fun like I remember from last season. Another Esper matchup. Let's do it. Oh, this is my cat. His name is Buddy because we got cats instead of a friends list, so it seemed appropriate. Who's a good little kitty? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And if you click on their cat, it hisses at you. Do you think people will look at Grixis or Jeskai and move away from Esper after Big Tef leaves? I have no idea.
I'm known for my excellent timing, so I've done.
Heard it. Half the format's leaving and we're gonna get an entire new set. Magic players don't have friends, they have cats. Yep. I think I want to play Chandra here because she's better against an inevitable sweeper.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Say hi to my fiery friends. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. Thunk, 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 thunk.
You just let me know if you're up to something too.
Look at her. Look at her go. I can't state enough how awesome the QOL improvements, like showing the creature token next to the card that makes the creature token, are. They're just quite phenomenal. Breed. These are my devils. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Alright, so next turn I can do 2, 4, 6, 8. Not quite good enough. Yep. Nothing meaningful this season. We're just trying to hit Mythic to say we hit Mythic. This season qualifies you for the same tournament that the last 2 seasons qualified you for. So I qualified at the earliest possible moment. Now if they have Kaya's Wrath, they're dead, right? Because they'll take 3, and then I'll play Devil, and then they take 4 next turn. So Kaya's Wrath does not save them here. Bum 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 bum. Boo doo 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 doo. Beep 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 doo 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 doo. And you're dead.
Time to sleep for a week.
And you're dead. Bye, Felicia. Cry would save them. You're not wrong that Cry would get them out of that situation. Ain't nobody got time to play around Cry, okay? This is how I boarded last time. I think I like this. Still uncertain on this sideboard plan. Extra Tibalt, definitely good. The main deck Tibalts have just been quite wonderful. As we've gotten closer to Mythic, there's been more and more Esper and Nexus, which is unsurprising, right? Like, those are the good decks. Yeah, this deck was reasonable last season, Hellboy. This is actually the archetype that I used to finish in the top 1,000 2 seasons ago, which is why we don't have to worry about a rank. So I don't think this deck is by any means the best in the format, but I think it's reasonably competitive if you like the kind of sweet, tricky aggro playstyle that this type of deck generates. It's a very reasonable selection right now. Nice epic game. Yeah, this is fine. I kind of wish it had a 1-drop in it, but we have 4 fewer 1-drops post board. Actually, I guess that's not strictly true, because I replaced 3 of them with 3 of the 4 I cut with Duress, so we only have 1 less 1-drop post board. Wait, what, JW? How many rounds is the first day of the qualifier? Did they post the details on it? I didn't notice they posted details on the qualifier. Do you have a link? I didn't see a date posted yet either. 10 and 2 advances. Good lord. That's so absurd. It's actually not a long time playing. So the qualifier, if you haven't played it before, is the qualifier weekend. If you haven't played it before, is play at your own pace. It's not a Swiss tournament, which is really awesome. It really depends on what kind of deck you're playing, how long it is. Like, for instance, this is actually the deck I played in the last qualifier weekend. That was the best draw in our deck. This is the deck I played in the last qualifier weekend, and I went 4-2 in 90 minutes, and that included a 10-minute lunch break.
I brought company.
Yeah, I frequently play 5 rounds in 90 minutes.
You could use some training.
No, it's play at your own pace. Day 1 is asynchronous. It's really, really awesome. Yeah, it's definitely more rounds than last time because there's 3 seasons of people qualifying for it. They have to allow for up to 6,000 players. And, like, there won't be 6,000 players. So, like, people at 9-3 and maybe even 8-4 will get to make day 2, depending on their tiebreakers. I bet that... Oh, is it 3 losses and you're done? That's weird. It's weird that it's 3 losses and you're done. Chandra 0 puts counters on Tibalt. I know some of you are sitting at home, like, having already realized that, but I hadn't realized that yet, and it makes me incredibly happy. Chandra's first 0 puts counters on Tibalt.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Oh, should I have played Dreadhorde here? Maybe. I think I should have played the Dreadhorde here. Yeah, not playing Dreadhorde here was wrong.
I have reached.
Participants will play till 10. Wow, that's brutal, JW. I don't know why they're not allowing till 3 losses with that many players. Wow, I'm really confused that they're playing this out before doing this.
Let's slow this down. Let's try this.
Really?
Fine then. I'll leave.
I mean, you could just let people play, is how you could call the field. You could let people play and have it be fine that way. Alright, so I think I'm gonna attack with these this way and try and take this off, and then this Firebrand might be able to clean up here. So I think I want to get rid of this Elite Guard Mage.
Suppose that's how we
So this does 1, these each do 1, and then this does 1, so I have 5 total damage here, right? So I do this, I sacrifice this, do 1/1, and then the Chandra Elemental sacrifice, and then do 2 more here. God, this deck is such gas. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. The new Chandra slots very elegantly into a lot of different synergies.
trust me. I have a plan.
Not that in a game with less variance than Magic the Gathering, that would be true, Vernash. But in a game like Magic that has such an incredible amount of variance, that's just not the case. So in a game that was more skill-based, I would agree with your assessment there. But Magic is has a large variance portion to it. Chandra's been excellent. They might have to 1-for-1 this Cry.
Matter of time.
Chandra, this deck kind of felt like it was like one devil payoff short of being amazing, and Chandra being another payoff for your devil feels perfect. And past that, we haven't even flashed back a Duress yet. Like she flashbacks Duress in these matchups. She also makes elementals for Bontu. She synergizes with so many different parts of what we have going on. And here she makes haste creatures that survive a sweeper to enable Rix Maadi. You can also slide the Mask of Immolation onto these tokens if you have extra mana. I'm a Magic player. I don't have time for the Underlord's addiction you've gifted me. Sorry, not sorry. That game's great. Thank you for the 5 months in Prop, I appreciate it. At least Underlords doesn't cost actual money. It's got that upside going for it, right? Oh, did you want to kill that? How about I kill your thing instead? And then you don't draw a card because you targeted the creature. Yep. You get nothing! Come back in 1 year. No soup for you. They're so cute. What if I told you I was gonna draw 7 cards? What if I told you I was gonna... No! I wanted to draw the cards, opponent! I wanted to draw the cards. All right, chat. This is it. This is the end boss. Are you ready? This is our final end boss. This is the gatekeeper for the Mythic ranking. And if we die, we're gonna go play Greenscape Shifts. We've been playing this deck for like almost 2 hours now. Hour and a half, something like that. We've been playing this deck for a while. I like it, but yeah, got a deck queue to churn through that pays my bills. Variety's good. All right, this is a keepable hand. Sign me up. Man, as a Magic player, I sit here and instinctually flick anything back and forth in my hand that I have sitting on my desk. Is there anything more American than sitting here flicking 2 packets of mayo together in my hand? I just pick them up and sitting here flicking them back and forth like they're Magic cards. Oh, Erica. Ketchup? No, get out of here. Mayonnaise has a way higher fat content than ketchup. Ain't nobody got time for your ketchup. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. That's so vomit-inducing. Land War Elves wasn't imbalanced enough, and we needed to make it make 2 mana on turn 2. I mean, I guess I'm just using Mask here. I guess. But they have a Tameo in play now. How does my aggro deck ever get through this?
Do not harm my scrolls.
We've not drawn a Sarkhan yet, so I still don't know if that plan is good or not. Yeah, Nissa lands tap for 3. It's real gross. All right, they might cash this in here. They might grab a mana creature back out of their bin, which would be good for us. Here's a Paradise Druid. Land. All right, they just have a casual 7 mana next turn. They only have 1 card left, though. Okay, that block is good for me, I think. We'll see if this last card's not Nissa, we're in an okay spot. I hate everything, everything. Beep, beep, beep-a-doo. Beep, beep, beep-a-doo, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Beep-a-doo-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, so what's the line? What's the line? I think it's this into this. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to kill the druid. Am I? So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 9 mana next turn. So there's a big difference between 9 and whatever. Yeah, I guess the difference between 9 and 7 is activating this. This activates at 8. Yes, Leyline works with lands Nissa turned into creatures, so this makes 2 mana. It's really gross. Yeah, Season of Growth is really good. It works with the creature half of your deck and the spell half of your deck. Four, 5, 6. They have 9 mana once they untap. They drew Hydrate Crisis because that's how this works.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Oh, are we just activating Leyline? Deal. If so, please activate Leyline. Please activate Leyline. Please activate Leyline. Don't Hydrate Crisis me. So I think the line is just activate priest, right? Yeah, I agree. I don't know that we really have outs here. The fact that we missed our 3rd land drop on 3 was a big deal. If this didn't have hexproof, we could like interact with their stuff. How do I cast Chandra? If I attack with Gutterbones and they block, I then can't activate Priest. Still haven't drawn a land. If I activate Priest inside of combat when they block, I can't use the mana from it. Oh yeah, we're just dead. That doesn't matter. This format's really fun until we play against the good decks. That was turn 2. They played Tamiyo on turn 2 and then played Nissa on turn 3. Landwar Elves was already a pretty fucked up Magic card, and then they went and made it that much better by letting it tap for 2 mana on turn 2. I think I'm just boarding in Shock. I'm just trimming Tibalt and boarding in Shock. And like, that game was such a perfect example of like the swingy play patterns on the play versus the draw, right? Like if we're if we're on the play that game, I get to play Mask of Immolation on 2, and they never activate their land war elves, and they lose the game in a not close manner. But the entire game was decided by the fact that they were on the play and had double land war elves, effectively. Right? I mean, our hand's busted on the play this game, so good luck, Godspeed. Yeah, definitely minimum effort. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it.
Won't lie. Oh, they're so cute.
If they're smart, they block here. So, they should have blocked because they were losing this anyways, and now I just get to get 2 damage. I mean, I don't even think that, like, my opponent's deck is broken. It just affects, like, Land War Elves and the ley line, and, like, when you combine it with being on the play and stuff like that, it just creates the kind of incredibly high variance snowball games of Magic together where one player has no decisions that matter, that, like, are very common in formats like Modern. Alright, deputy detention doesn't really matter here.
Hey, these little guys are great.
Have a good one, Rage. So, even if they don't block there, the Chandra tokens trigger Mayhem Devil at end of turn. I think this deck is great, just for reference. I know we just had, like, a game that kind of sucked, but I think this deck is awesome.
Go get 'em, buddies.
I also don't think this matchup's that bad. Like, my opponent had one of their absolute best starts on the play last game, and we, like, still were pretty close to being able to be in the game. Black White Knights was a steaming dumpster fire. Was not a good scene.
This land, we are
See, this is a really fair card when you cast it on turn 5.
the land.
So it's borderline not good enough when you cast it on turn 5. Oh no! Oh no! Yikes! Yikes!
Cute.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure they're still dead. I haven't counted yet, but I'm pretty sure they're still dead. Yeah, still very dead. And I mean, like, we're talking about fast Land War Elves draws being obnoxious. Like, this deck has 6 ways on the draw to kill Land War Elves turn 1. So, like, we have a lot of ways to kill it. So, we'll keep, and this is it. This is game 3 for the Mythic ranking, chat. Final end boss. This deck is breathtaking, just like chat. That's one way to put chat. Thanks, Blood Angel. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm supposed to keep this. They're just gonna like play Land Worlds on one. I'm not gonna be able to do anything and I'll be sad. It's a good draw. It's a good draw. Sub for Mythic rank hype. Maybe. It's still a little early. This hand is coming together though. This hand is coming together. Yeah, Chandra feels like she added a lot of consistency to this deck. She just synergizes with so many of our different pieces. Meister Clickington, thank you for the 3-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so what am I doing here? What's the most aggressive sequence here? Is it Mayhem Devil or is it Chandra? It's probably Mayhem Devil, right? Mayhem Devil gives me some interaction with this too. Yeah, Devil kind of lets me choose my own adventure next turn. Like if I play Chandra, I'm kind of pigeonholed into working with this card, whereas with Mayhem Devil, I might go Judy Firebrand next turn. There's a lot of different decision trees I could end up at here. I would love to draw an untapped land next turn. All of my lands are untapped, so I'd like to just hit a land next turn, ideally. Land, please. Land, please. Okay, so there's the land I wanted for Christmas. So that means I do this. I do this into kill Nissa, sack the token on the Mask, kill Paradise Druid. Okay. Just attacking their mana. Rotation proof. I have no idea what cards rotate. This Diagonal Goblin rotates. Does Devil rotate? Devil does not rotate. Alright, we might be doing it. We might be doing it. I guess I should technically wait there because that gives them a free block here. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Another land next turn would be great because it would let us do Chandra plus Mask. Mask equip. Feels like doing it. I agree. I concur. And when you're always in a good spot when you're like, you know, like, I want to draw land or I could draw spells, and like either of those situations are good. Well, this game is over. We're gonna kill both of these next turn. Right? We're gonna kill both of those. Can we kill both of those? Yeah, I can. So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna sack this, deal a damage. This deals 4 total, right? Yeah, so I deal a damage, deal a damage, deal a damage, deal a damage. Sack this, deal a damage. All right, hopefully the non-believers on the Mask are now believers in some copies of the Mask. Like I said, I'm convinced, I'm willing to accept that 4 is too many, but a non-zero amount of this card is definitely belongs to this archetype. Look at that. Look at that. Level up. Yeah, what rank are we? Mythic number 40. There's not a lot of people in Mythic right now. So we hit Mythic in I streamed for 8 hours today, so it took 17 hours to go from Mythic or Gold 3 to Mythic. Playing viewer submitted decks. Not bad. .jpg. I'm sure this one's gonna get added back to the deck queue. All right, to wrap on what was happening here, I think I'm happy with the main deck. One card I'm actually not certain on. The more I play, the more I become convinced. I'm not 100% sure Gutterbones belongs in this deck. I like having 10 1-drops, but I'm not sure that Gutterbones belongs in them. If I was going to cut Glitterbones, it would probably be for Grim Innate. Yeah, like I have more recurring engine, so I feel like I don't need Gutterbones as much. Yeah, you could main deck Shock. I could see main deck Shock being okay. I think you could try main deck Shock. I think Grim Innate could be okay as well. So either of those could be decent directions. The other thing I'm not 100% sure of in this 75 is we've got these Chandras and these Sarkhan in the sideboard. I'm not sure exactly what this deck wants to be doing post-board in the like Grixis and Esper control matchups, and I would need to play a lot in those post-board games to really figure it out. It's very possible that I want to go up on Duresses just because Chandra flashes back Duress, which is sweet. But if these cards end up not being worthwhile, I would probably play like Rekindling Phoenix or Experimental Frenzy. Now, I don't think Knight's very good. I think I'd want something that like has some recursive element to it. So like Grim Innate is 2 bodies. Can you cut in Gruul Dinos? 1000%. Civilized Scholar. 1000%.